Holla if you hear it. It's the only goddess with a message from spirit. What's coming down from the divine spirit guides ancestors now? What's coming down? Child, I am so congested. Excuse me, y'all. Throat chakra shit has been going on all damn day, honey. So there's a lot of things we need to speak into existence. A lot of things we need to release, okay? And write down, acknowledge with this full moon in Leo energy. But anyway, what's going on with my Pisces collective spirit? Sun, moon, Venus, rising, north and south node. What is my Pisces collective need to know at the sign for their greatest and highest good? Spirit, healing. Oh, hold on. Health, growth, and expansion. Cards already trying to flip out for y'all. Spirit got a lot to say. That's clear. Okay. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups in the reverse as your current energy, Pisces. So with this energy, Spirit is needing you to really ground yourself in gratitude, to connect with the divine, connect with your higher self. Like, I don't know if you have been avoiding meditating, if you've been avoiding, praying, you've been avoiding connecting with the universe, but Spirit is saying now is the time to, whether it is, cold or warm, spend some time in nature, maybe meditating in nature, or also you could utilize, using your shower or a spiritual bath as a way for you to cleanse yourself of any negativity, any negative mindsets or auras that you could be holding on to, or projections that could be coming from the people around you, okay? Or it could be projections from your past that is still lingering in your subconscious, okay? So it's important that you change your mindset and your outlook on life, because the more you have a negative mindset, the more things are going to continue to stay the way that they are. It's important that you have gratitude for the present, because how can Spirit bless you with more if you are not grateful for what you already have? Okay, it's like you're so caught up in what you feel like you lack, you don't even see what the divine is trying to gift you. You don't even see the blessings that are coming towards you. And you're not even supposed to see everything. Not everything you're going to see. Sometimes you just feel it. You intuitively know that things are going to work out for you. You don't need proof. You don't need to see it. All you need to do is believe it. And when you believe it, before you see it, that is when you achieve it. Okay, we have what's crossing you, the Wheel of Fortune. So, like I said, you may feel like luck has been not on your side, Pisces. And life is all about peaks and valleys. But if you are so fixated on the valley, then you're always going to be stuck in the valley. It's about being grateful even if things are not coming your way. It's about being joyful for breath in your body, for having functioning organs, for having, certain people in your life who support you. It's about focusing on what you do have instead of being fixated on what you lack. That is when the wheel will turn in your favor, is when you are showing that, it almost reminds me, I don't know if anybody here has a history or a background in Christianity, but I do. And one of the stories in the Bible I'm thinking about is the story of Job. How basically the devil pretty much made a proposition to God saying, like, your servant Job will curse you if you stop blessing them. So basically, he made that bet with the devil, and basically all of the good fortune that Job had kind of just disappeared. He lost children, he lost money, he lost a whole bunch of stuff, right? Not wishing this on y'all or saying this is your situation, but just as an example. But he never cursed God. Even when things were not going well, Job still prayed, was still faithful, even though things were not going in their favor. So not saying that things are going to be that, catastrophic, but Spirit is saying Certain things change for a reason. Change is the only constant. It is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. If you hear my stomach growling, I am so sorry, because it's loud. But anyway, Spirit is saying it's definitely time for you to change your mindset. And that is when your reality will change. Because by you keeping an optimistic mindset, even when things are not going your way, realizing that, okay, that did not happen for me because it was not in alignment at the time. I know there's something better is coming for me. By having that mindset, that is when, your reality will change. So we have, for your subconscious, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so it could be you are ready to start fresh. You're ready to start new. You're ready to start in a new beginning, a new journey, possibly in your finances, possibly, in a new city. You may be looking for a new job at this time and things haven't really been going your way. So now you're starting to question, will things ever change? And it's important for you to stay positive and stay optimistic, and to, when things start to overwhelm you, excuse me, I'm just in stock. When things start to overwhelm you, ground yourself, be still, pray, journal, write it out. Okay, speak positive affirmations over your life, and that will change the way things are going in your life. Okay, some of us are learning something new, so don't be afraid to learn something new. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to, do something that's out of your comfort zone. Okay, Pisces, we have the Strength card in the reverse, Leo energy, and the full moon in Leo is definitely here and popping. Okay, so Spirit is saying you need to surrender the ego. Your ego is not your amigo. Okay, Spirit wants you to recognize you're strong enough to get through anything. Okay, you have to have the same gratitude in the peaks as you do in the valleys. So it's important for you to realize how resilient you are. It's about having that spirit of resilience. Okay, like, what's that song by Cardi B? We go win. I mean, now 9 times, but I get up 10, something like that. Hopefully that's right. But anyway, yes, like, she talks about how she was knocked down several times. Because anybody who saw Love and Hip Hop know her journey, how people didn't take her serious as an artist, and now look at her. Grammy Awards, AMAs, like, what? Imagine how things would change for you if you had that type of determination. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords and the possibilities. So you are afraid of the possibilities. You're afraid that they won't happen because you're in a very negative mindset. You could be dealing with some seasonal depression, or some anxiety because of things that may have not worked out for you. And like I said, because things aren't working out is making you question yourself, and you're being very negative and down on yourself. You have to be there for yourself. If you are your own worst enemy, shit, I would hate to know what your real enemies is like. Like, at the end of the day, you have to be your own best friend. You have to be there for yourself. You can't allow anybody to make you, or anything to make you question yourself and your worth. You can't give your power away like that. It's important that you take your power back by changing your thought process. You give your power away by surrendering to the ego, and because that's that ego energy that be speaking fear and lack over you. That makes you question whether you should even pursue this new job, or whether or not this new beginning is going to come to me, or whether things are going to work out. You're just going to always be questioning shit. You're going to always be questioning, especially when good things happen. You're always going to have this mindset that everything is too good to be true. And if you have that type of mindset, that you're not deserving of good things, you'll sabotage any chance of really being content and happy and fulfilled. Yeah, with this Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords in the reverse. You have to really get a hold of that ego, that inner critic, of worrying about what other people are thinking and saying about you. Some of y'all are really worried about how other people view and perceive you, and it's time to let that ish go. Because at the end of the day, we all got shit that could be called out. I can't stand somebody who freaking throws rocks and they live in a glass house. You can't get upset at somebody who you know ain't got their shit together, probably ain't got they rent paid on time, probably out doing dirt, God knows what, and you sitting here taking their opinions to heart. Bye. All right, we have a 3 of Wands. As more information you need to know, you need to be optimistic, okay? You need to focus on what is in front of you and not what is behind you. You have to wait in anticipation for the new journeys and new beginnings. Some of y'all may be thinking about relocating, but you don't know how that's going to happen. You know, it's about speaking and be like, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I claim that it will happen. Okay. And allowing things to happen and align in divine timing. Okay. Whenever you're going through a valley, that just means that a peak is on its way. Okay. So we have the World card. So yes, Spirit is leading you to close out some cycles. Okay. Your birthday season is coming up, Pisces. Okay. So it's time to really focus on being positive about, you know, learning from the past and leaving things behind that don't serve you. Really utilize this full moon and Leo energy to release shit that no longer serves you. It's really time for you to release whatever doubts, whatever non-reciprocal connections, ego talk, it's time to leave all that ish behind. And really embrace this new you, this new beginning that you truly desire, okay? Once you believe in yourself, you will achieve for yourself, okay? Your hopes and fears. We have the King of Cups in the reverse. So it's like you fear being vulnerable, you fear healing, you fear being upfront and honest as to where you may have been hindering yourself all along. Also, you may be afraid to leave somebody in particular behind, possibly a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. Or they could have these placements. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. Ow! That was I'm sorry, Pisces. A lot is going on in y'all reading today. But I just saw a little mucus because I'm so fucking congested. And I feel like that is a sign from the universe. But I'm sorry, that's just nasty. Anyway. Spirit is saying swallow your pride. Let's go with that. Okay? And be vulnerable with yourself. Don't be so prideful that you're afraid to really be available. Some of y'all may be very emotionally unavailable because you're not even emotionally available for yourself. So how can you be available emotionally for somebody else and you can't even deal with your own emotions? Okay, it's really time to do some shadow work, maybe get into some therapy, speak positive affirmations over yourself. Do things that ground you in the present, like working out, dancing, journaling, reading, do things that bring you back to the present. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse as the final outcome. Okay, so Spirit is saying it's okay to take your time. Don't feel that you have to get everything accomplished because you have other people in your ear or your ego and your inner critic is beating your ass up like on a daily basis. Okay, it's really time to be very selective in where you go, who you deal with, where your energy is placed. Okay, and to go for things without fear, but also, be very, connected to your higher self and your intuition moving forward. Okay. It's time for you to surrender to the divine. That is the Six of, and underneath that, the Six of Swords, Fool card in the reverse. So it's about surrendering to the divine, walking by faith and not by sight, baby. It's about really realizing that, okay, this change is uncomfortable. I don't know how things are going to work out. I have to leave certain things behind that I may not particularly want to, but I know it's best for me. And at this time, it's time to really surrender to the divine and trust that in divine timing, you will understand why certain things didn't work out. You will understand why I had to leave certain connections behind. You'll understand why I had to change my thought process, the way that I talk to myself. Okay? We literally have the power of your voice. The power of my voice. I speak my truth and express my feelings to others with care and compassion. Okay, so yes, you have to be very mindful of how you speak to others, but as well as yourself. Okay, some of y'all may be extra, you know, you know, y'all may be a little mean. Y'all may be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of feisty, towards people because you're not happy with, how you feel about yourself from within. So once, like I said, once you treat yourself better, you'll attract people who will treat you better. Okay? We have loving from the inside. It is a blessing to give myself the gift of my own presence. See? It's like you're afraid to be alone. You're afraid to be still. You're afraid of really dealing with the things that are holding you back. And it's important that in order for you to love yourself, you must not be afraid of accepting yourself. You must not be afraid of being yourself and accepting the parts of you that's maybe painful, that you may not like to talk about, thinking about people and situations that you may not, want to deal with, But that's the only way you're going to truly be in a loving space. It's by changing the way that you treat yourself and getting to know yourself, falling in love with yourself, spending time with yourself, taking yourself out on dates, treating yourself to, gifts, words of affirmation. Learn your love language. And when you give that love to yourself, that is when you will attract people who can give that love to you. But if you can't even be vulnerable with yourself, if you can't even be real with yourself, if you can't even pay yourself a damn compliment, baby, it's always going to be some bullshit, How can you expect anybody to believe in you if you don't believe in you? So being kinder to yourself is important for you to achieve your goals, okay? Because you got to be your biggest cheerleader. You got to be your own best friend. Okay, best friend? At the bottom of the deck, following my truth. Believing in and following my inner truth helps me live an authentic, empowered life. So like I said, live in your truth. Own your scars. Own your story. Don't feel ashamed about people that you dealt with and it didn't work out. Don't be ashamed of a job that didn't work out. Don't be ashamed of not being where you want to be. Don't be ashamed of not being where people expect you to be or whatever shit. Because like I said, throwing a rock from a glass house. Okay, all right, so that is your message for the week, but this is a timeless reading, so whenever you see it, you are supposed to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn that notification bell on so you are alerted when I upload. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, my information is in the description box. Go ahead and email me, okay, girl? Or dude, no matter, or they. Hey, make sure you drink your water, grow your edges, and mind your business.